Hello, dear students. Welcome to What, Why, How, the daily initiative by IAS Baba, where we take up a current affair or an editorial and we try to declutter it in less than 10 minutes. The topic that I have chosen for today is quite an unfortunate incident. We are now facing the first natural disaster to hit our world in the year of 2025. In the ongoing days, yesterday and today, you would have seen the news of the earthquake that has hit the Tibetan China part and has also had certain aftershocks in your Nepal, and even the tremors were somehow felt up to even the Bihar region in India. So this is the first natural disaster that has happened in this year, and now we have to have a few details regarding certain locations that were involved in this earthquake, certain reasons as to why this is such an earthquake prone area, and what is the impact of such earthquakes. So, to go into the details, the earthquake was primarily hitting the area of your Shigatse region. And in your Shigatse region, this is primarily seen in your Tibet. Shigatse is the area where you would have felt the strongest tremors. If you can look in this diagram, this major area, which is a little bit more darker, is where the primary effect of the earthquake was felt. The earthquake was recorded to be on the Richter scale of almost 7.1. So, this is a clearly high magnitude earthquake. In the damage that was caused, almost at currently as we speak, the death toll has almost become 126, and the death toll is also rising. Almost 1,000 houses were damaged. Approximately 800 people are now being treated for injuries. Now, coming to certain other details regarding this earthquake, the epicenter of the earthquake was about some 75 kilometers northeast of the Mount Everest, and it was very close to Nepal. Ideally, it's been said 75 kilometers northeast of Mount Everest and almost 10 kilometer into the depth under your from your Earth's surface. Now, the reason why I'm stressing on this Shigatse region is because Shigatse is actually regarded as the seat of the Panchen Lama, who is a holy figure in your Tibetan Buddhism, and he is so important. He comes right next to the Dalai Lama. So, from the importance of this area, from religious angle, from the tourist attraction angle, all of these reasons, Shigatse is considered to be an important part of your Tibetan China. Now, coming into why or what are the reasons, or why do we feel this earthquake has a lot more impact? Now, let's start with it. The first obvious impacts that we know, as I just told you, for religious reasons, this area is quite important. Second thing is, this Shigatse is actually, or you can call it like a district where it is occurring. The district is your Tingri County. Tingri County is actually considered as a gateway to Mount Everest, which basically means that anyone who plans to climb Mount Everest, especially from your European countries, etc., they reach to Tingri, and from Tingri is where they move on to the Mount Everest. So you can understand, because of this itself, this is also considered to be a tourist destination. In the onset of this particular earthquake, China has completely closed all the roads to this particular destination. Now, these are all the economic or the social facts as to how this earthquake is important and why is it so damaging. Coming to the more important other geographical facts, see, if you look at the earthquake region that has happened, one area where a main shock of this earthquake was felt is called as your Lhasa terrain. Terrain is Terrane. Terrain is basically the fragment of the Earth's crust. Now, the importance of Lhasa terrain is China is now planning to construct the world's largest hydropower electric plant on this Lhasa terrain. And there are so many planning and everything happening in the background. Once constructed, this hydroelectric power project and your dam that is going to be over there, it's going to generate almost 300 billion kilowatt per hour energy in a year. This is the world's largest hydroelectric power station. Now you can imagine, for an area which is in such close proximity to a high earthquake prone region, having such a huge dam in such conditions can be quite damaging. If at all any earthquake does strike, or in fact even constructing a dam over here can weaken the crust in this particular area. So what happens, it's a very cyclic thing. Constructing the dam can cause damage to the crust. The crust, if it gets damaged, it can get earthquakes, and if the earthquake happens, the dam again gets damaged. And if the dam gets damaged, this is going to be one of the biggest disasters that this part of the world would see. Further, the earthquake that even currently happened is seen to force the course of certain rivers, and thus nowadays it's being predicted right after, because you have your Mount Everest region and there are several glaciers and rivers that are starting from here. So if at all any earthquake does happen, what happens is the rivers in this area can also change course, and this can lead to a flooding risk. Further, this goes back to the historical origins of your Mount Everest. We are very familiar with the idea that the Mount Everest were actually fold mountains that got created when the Indian plate went and collided with the Eurasian plate. This is something you would have studied in geography. Now, the Indian plate is also right now moving. It moves at 60 mm per year, 60 millimeter per year, and it goes on jutting into your Eurasian plate. This causes the Mount Everest area to be quite unstable. Since 1950, if you're looking at, there have been 21 earthquakes of magnitude 6 or higher in this particular area. That means this is a very, very eco-sensitive zone, and any kind of construction and tourism activities over here should be taken with utmost care. Now, to conclude this, there's a very interesting fact I read today wherein, see, Nepal and the surrounding areas went through. Now, this earthquake is in Tibet, but then obviously the aftershock was felt in Nepal. But taking a case study from Nepal, Nepal suffered the biggest earthquake in its recent times in 2015. But right before the earthquake did happen, few weeks prior to that, the scientists and geologists had actually predicted that this earthquake is going to happen. Now, the reason why this prediction was possible, because they had continuously observed the plates that were forming in this Nepal region and the kind of strain that is getting developed, and they had also charted a pattern in the past earthquakes. In the past patterns, it became evident to them that there were very high intensity earthquakes in 1255, 1344, 1934, and thereafter they predicted that it could maybe happen in 2015, because they observed that the strain was built into the crust at least in an 8 decades apart time. That means from 1255, 8 decades apart, you have 1344. So in this manner, they were able to predict the 2015 earthquake. Now, geologists are asking all the scientists to come forward and do a similar kind of study for your Mount Everest region, because this, if it doesn't happen, we would not have any idea about what kind of rehabilitation, what kind of development activities can happen in this area. So I hope this topic that we have taken up today is clear to all of you. And I also hope that in this, though we've discussed the news part of it, there's a lot more scope to questions getting asked, because this is a favorite topic of UPSC, especially earthquakes, the occurrence, the reasons are all very favorite topics. So I hope you've understood this. Until we meet again, take care and happy learning.